Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to switch over to fish tanks again, and one of the things that I want to talk about is a common problem with algae. Now I have previously shown in a video my Glofish tank, and I basically it was a brand new setup, and really within a few months I sort of starting to have a big problem with brown algae. So in this video I want to kind of go over how to really get rid of this algae problem, and it's not easy, but it's very doable. Now here you can see I've actually have a beta now in the tank. Her name is Starlight, and actually the algae problem has already been sort of solved and going away. It's was much worse before, and you could take a look, see the artificial anemones and decorations still has some remnants of the brown algae, but this definitely is a ton better than where I started from. To understand how this algae problem occurs, first you have to understand the ammonia cycle. Basically, fish produce ammonia, which gets converted by bacteria to nitrites and then to nitrates, which, along with phosphate, sustains plants. Now, most of my aquariums are plant aquariums, but unfortunately with this aquarium, I mostly really just have two marimold mossballs, and the rest are artificial plants. So things that contribute to increase in waste and algae production includes overfeeding, infrequent water changes, and really the only way to remove the nitrates is by plant or water changes. So as the algae develops, you can do water changes. You could physically remove the algae as well, where you actually take your artificial plants out and wash them. Cut back on the feeding because obviously you're overfeeding, decrease the amount of light exposure, and of course add algae eaters. Now, one of the most efficient algae eater in the industry is these Amano shrimps, and they can clean house pretty nicely for you. And as you can see, there's also I have a bit of Malaysian trumpet snails there, which also keeps the tank impeccably clean of algae. Well, more controversial, duckweed actually is something I really like using. Now, it does grow out of control, and in this case, however, it does really decrease the amount of nitrates, and it's a huge nitrate sink. So again, adding different plants certainly can help. With duckweed, however, it could be a mixed blessing. And the same could be said of the Malaysian trumpet snails, for example. Here, I'm actually growing these guys as a colony, so I'm doing this on purpose. But they can easily get out of hand in any tank where you're not trying to do it on purpose either. So in the case of my glowfish tank, I didn't want it to be overrun by Malaysian trumpet snails. Therefore, I decided just to go ahead and do some water changes once every 2 weeks, somewhere around 10 to 20%. And actually slowly the algae itself just went away. I also cut back on the feeding. As you can see, there's still some brown algae left on the glass, etc. However, it really has gotten much better. And of course, the eventual goal is to return your tank to this pristine state from which it first started. However, it is a process that you have to have a little patience of both cleaning out the decorations as well as changing water frequently. And really, it naturally will take care of itself. And of course, decrease the amount of feeding and light. And as you could see before, the tank did get much better. Well, thanks for visiting, and hope you enjoyed this video.